Hey guys, what's up, it's iPhone here, and welcome to episode 15 of Warframe Beginner's Guides 2.5. This series is actually a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, because we're pretty much almost done with the entirety of the star chart up to this point, if you get what I mean, because we're currently on Pluto right now, if you're following the guide. So, Pluto, this is basically where the magic happens, at least in my opinion. What we're going to have to be doing this time around is I would progress to the Sedna junction first, simply because we're going to be getting more useful stuff. But here on Pluto, one of my favorite nodes is actually Hyricon. This is a Dark Sector excavation mission where you can get like 400 endo like a time from an excavator. So it's an insanely good place to farm up endo, to farm up relics. This is just like Candy Mountain of Warframe. So go ahead, play Hyricon a lot. You're going to be no life in this node. Just keep playing it over and over again, and that's how you're going to farm endo to rank up your mods, rank up that duration, the max rank, rank up your point strike, your vital sense, and all that good stuff. But today we're going to be doing two things. I'm going to be showing you guys the 7 principles, not all 7 of them, but I'm basically just going to be sort of running you through sort of the process of completing the puzzles. I'll show you the really easy ones that you guys can do to complete you know, this part of the junction, because you have to collect any free mods from the Orc and Principal Challenge rooms on Lua, so we're gonna be doing that. And we're also gonna be killing Vayhek on Earth. You guys should be able to, you know, craft a weapon requiring match rank 5 or higher, so you've already done that, the Toncore. And then defeat 10 sentient enemies on Lua, so, you know, we've already killed those guys beforehand. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be killing Vayhek first. So you want to bring up Earth, and then you want to be looking for the assassination node on Earth. So I forget which one that actually is, because, you know, they've sort of like put all this stuff over it. So here we go. I'm just going to do the regular mission because you guys don't need to see what a Kuva Siphon is, but you want to be going in with your Nova, your Toncore, and all this stuff. Play at public match just to kill this guy a lot faster. Hopefully we can go ahead and start it up if these guys are still doing this mission. We got a Vault with a Hind and a Nezha with a Stradivar. They're not going to be super helpful, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and start the timer here. Hopefully they don't back out, and hopefully they're not AFK. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why they're queued up for this if they didn't want to start the match, but we're going to go in, we're going to kill Vayhek, and this is how you farm Hydroid. Of course those guys would back out, but this is how you farm Hydroid, and he's pretty meh for him. What you could also do is do an Orc and Derelict assassination. If you want to do that there, like, by all means, you guys know how to do it. You just craft a key with the required resources and do all your stuff, and then go ahead and play the mission. So yeah, that's basically all we're going to be doing. So this is, it feels like a really short guide, because we're pretty much almost done. This is going to be progressing to the Segna Junction. That guy, of course he's AFK. I don't like it when they're AFK. I don't understand. Why have you queued up for a mission being AFK? Like, come on, you know? He's also got a Bleeding Dragon key on, I think. Unless Nezha's health is just that low. He's a level 13 Nezha. That's great. We're basically going to be soloing this mission, guys. So, yay! What you can do is you can skip right through, like, the majority of the fighting that you have to do with Vayhek here. So, they expect you to sit and shoot at him, but, you know, they haven't really made it so you have to do that. So you can kind of just keep on skipping ahead until you find the place that you're meant to be going to. It's a basic Grenier tile set, nothing fancy about it or anything. So just keep on going, like, use your brain, use common sense, and find out where you're going. But there is like a little pipeline that you have to go down. You see Vayhek spawn there now because we've been skipping ahead. Let's find the next door, probably this big cave over here. You just want to keep on going. That's the dead end. Okay, so you guys don't know what I'm talking about whenever we actually find the place I'm going to be going to. He will sap your energy, of course, and don't forget you can also use your Tenno to do your energy overflow. So if you take a look in the bottom right hand side of your screen, you'll see a little symbol there. You can go ahead and activate that. The thing I hate about this boss fight is how he saps your energy. It's just so annoying. We came from this way? No, we didn't come from this way. So we're on the right track. We just keep on going. And then there should be eventually a little pipeline that we jump down. Probably going to wait for my Tenno or my Ceneric passive to charge up first before I do anything crazy. So this is taking us down here. And then going this way. And then through here, down here. And this is where you're going to be fighting Vayhek for realsies, if you know what I mean. So you want to jump in here and obviously either wait for your Ceneric to charge up, or if you're smart, you crafted an energy plate, because those are a thing which you can craft and that will like instantly restore just a little bit of your energy. So if you hold 5, you're gonna go into your mode for your passive. You guys seen that I kind of did like a version of it there, which you guys don't have access to yet, but you know, you hold 5 and you're able to do this, and then that'll start your energy recharge. The other one is from the upcoming quest, which we will cover hopefully in next episode, and if not next episode, then the episode afterwards. So I'll be showing you how to get that. But yeah, you have to wait for his face to open. Make sure to kill all the enemies around, because realistically that's what's going to be doing the damage to you. Keep on making it so that he's M-primed, because, you know, it's going to be a pain in the ass if he's not. So yeah, this can be just really time consuming. Just gotta wait for his face to open, if you know what I mean. Then you hit him, takes a decent chunk of his health away. Keep your passive up, guys, remember. This guy, it's not a hard boss, it's just an annoying boss, you know. And then mind that he flies around and all that stuff, so he's a pain in the ass. Once you get his health to like a certain threshold though, it'll get a lot easier. So we gotta wait for him to sort of open his face again, if you'd like to do that. There we go. See, the thing with the taunt core is you don't actually have to aim directly at his face, or if you're using something like the Dread or something, then you actually have to do that. But because his taunt core is an explosive, then you don't have to do that. Look, the Nedge is actually with us now, so that's half helpful, I guess. Not really. We're able to solo this on our own anyway, so, you know. Oh, look, he's dying. We've never seen that one coming. I guess he doesn't watch beginner guides. Huh? Yeah. Should watch that there, and maybe you wouldn't be lying in the ground right now, you know? Vayhek's such a pain in the ass to kill. And I suck at aiming with the taunt core. Come on. Open your face, dude. So close. So close. One more face open and we should be good. Oh. Maybe not. Maybe we have to deplete his health all the way now. Used to be whenever you got his health to like here, then he had stopped. But obviously they changed it. Oh, there we go. Just a little bit more, and that was it. So that's the amount of health you have to get him to. And then it's going to trigger his little cutscene where he gets in. He basically turns into a Transformer or an angry JCB digger. You know, you just want to go over to him and keep shooting him. Really easy boss, and that's him dead. Boom. Boom. So yeah, pick up your neurodes and then get out of there. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the Vayhek boss fight. You get a Hydroid part at the end of this. Hydroid's a good frame for farming resources, and that's about it. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next mission, which is going to be a crossfire on the moon, otherwise known as Luya. So yeah, look for that on your star chart, and we're going to be going there. Alright, so I said that I was going to see you guys in the next mission, but I kind of spiffed a little bit. If you're playing this and you're still ranking up your levels and progressing through your master ranks, you will be able to get the Soma, and you should also, if you're in a clan, be able to get the weapon known as Marlock in the chemical labs, which is the lab in your dojo, which looks like a Grenier lab, if you get what I mean. The Soma and the Marlock are probably like my go-to weapons for a newer player if you want like a bullet-based weapon instead of just using the taunt core and the sonic core over and over. We are going to have to use a bullet weapon, but because you guys understand how to mod in this game now, then it makes sense for me to just, like, you know, swap to the other weapons. So this is the Soma Prime. You can get the regular Soma in the market at Master Rank 6. It says that it only does 10 damage, but really, it's when you mod it, this weapon really shines. So to give you guys an example, this is my Grenier. No, this is my Infested build, apparently. I think that's a little bit wrong. So what should be on there is my Being of Grenier. This is my Grenier build, and it's basically modded for radiation and crit. So you want to have your max rank ration, heavy caliber, and split chamber. You should be able to farm all of those now. A lot of you guys were asking me to update the spreadsheet that I referred you guys to. I don't know if it needs updating or not, because most of the locations are pretty much the same. So I don't know. Like, it gives you a list of all the essential mods, but I'll take another look at it and sort of go through and sort of try to, I guess, like, confirm all those drop locations, if you get what I mean. Because some of you guys were saying that the star chart changed. I really haven't noticed that big of a difference, but yeah. So this is how I'm modding for Grenier, but we're going to be playing versus Grenier and Corpus, so it kind of makes sense to just mod for, like, I don't know, corrosive. So what I would be doing is having the same type of build, if you get what I mean, and then you could throw on something like, let's say, for example, bladed rounds, if you happen to have that, or shred. It really depends on the type of player you are. This last slot up here is kind of, it's optional as to what you put on it. You could throw on speed, trigger, shred. I'm just going to throw on shred for the sake of this, because I just want to kill enemies super fast, and that's just kind of the play style I feel like playing with. And I'll show you guys a Marlock build. I'm going to be using the Vayhek Marlock. Really no difference. This is just the Syndicate version, which I'll talk about later on, I guess. But it's the same sort of thing. Hornet Strike, Barrel Diffusion, Lethal Torrent. These are your free main damage mods on your secondaries. So Barrel Diffusion, you get this off what is known as the Gristag Free. We'll talk about those in a later video. There's still a lot that I have to cover, now that I think about it. And I also have to cover Barrow Katir as well. So yeah, we'll go more in depth with that and stuff. So yeah, this is basic builds, and we'll talk about syndicates and stuff in a later episode. And you can keep your melee weapon the same, but for the sake of this video, just because I want to swap it up just a little bit, because I feel like, you know, coming back to the video and then hearing me say, oh yeah, we're going to be using the Redeemer over and over and over again, kind of gets a little bit boring. So I want to use the Orphos in this video, and this is how I mod my Orphos Prime. So here you go. But yeah, we're just going to go jump into a moon mission now, and I'll sort of show you guys the ropes as to how you spot like a puzzle or one of the seven thingy-majigs. I forget what they're called. Seven somethings. I forget what they're called. But this is Lou over here. You also want to be doing this first one, Plateau. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the mission. Alright, so you guys can see we're just back in the moon tile set again. Probably one of my favorite tile sets in the game right now. And what we're going to be doing is just basically going for the mission as normal, but looking out for some of the puzzle rooms, which are located throughout this map or this tile set. So yeah, hopefully we find something. Hopefully I'm able to show you guys some of the puzzles and stuff, but it's not the end of the world if we don't actually get to. But you guys should really know what you're looking out for or something like that. So the sentients will spawn in here whenever you see that little flash. That means the little blue things that you scanned back on Uranus are going to come in, and if they scan you, then some of the sentients will spawn in. So yeah, you can choose to spawn them in or not. It really depends. And this is the syndicate spawning in to come kill me. Don't think we talked about syndicates all that much in this guide, but you know, sometimes they can be pretty deadly, if you get what I mean. What I'm going to be doing is life striking here, because my health actually got pretty low there. Life strike is a mod you get from dark sectors. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in the little spreadsheet thing. Let's just kill all the enemies. Should be good to go. Them all. There we go. Easy peasy. And you'll notice that because you've completed the second room quest, you get this little yellow thing spawning in now. That basically like amplifies the amount of focus that you get from a lens that you have equipped on a level 30 piece of gear. So whenever you completed the second dream quest, what will happen is you'll get a lens, and that lens will basically farm the focus for you, but you can only equip that on a level 30 piece of equipment, such as a Warframe or a weapon. And then any XP that you get towards that weapon when it's level 30 will be turned into focus, which you can use on your skill tree. So yeah, I'll talk more about that there whenever we get back in the ship, because I didn't really explain it too well last episode, simply because, you know, it was dragging on really long. So yeah, but you equip the lens to a piece of equipment, you play off that piece of equipment. When it's level 30, you will earn focus instead of XP towards that gear set or piece of equipment, if you get what I mean. Very simple to understand, at least that's what I hope, you know. So yeah, this is not a puzzle room. It kind of looks like one, but it's not a puzzle room. I should probably, like, you know, go through and show you guys some of the easier puzzle rooms and stuff, but you know, it's really down to you which ones you choose to do. There is a few really easy ones, which, I mean, you don't have to be lucky to find them, you just have to keep on replaying the mission so you don't find the really, like, hard, tedious ones or confusing ones, if you get what I mean. Some of them you're going to need, like, more than one player to do, so I'm just going to be showing you guys the ones that only need one player, if you get what I mean. Anything that requires 2 players or higher, I mean, we'll just skip past, unless you need to, like, get a certain mod. Then there's really no point in doing them. Okay, and there's also these things here. So if you like the wall latch to this, like so, and you keep on sitting here for an extended amount of time, you're actually going to get a buff. So increased power and regen. So there you go. I want to red out all the enemies in this room, because this is actually a puzzle room here. What I'm going to do, because my Nova build is pretty badass, is I'm going to shoot out an antimatter orb, shoot into it like that, and then guide it into the wall, and that's going to kill pretty much everything. So yeah, there we go. Do the same thing again, get it into the floor, kaboom, easy peasy. Is there anything else in this room? Okay, there shouldn't be anything else in this room, but okay, so I kind of talked about this last episode, kind of, just a little bit, but you guys can see now that we've completed the second dream quest, that is actually glowing, and what that means is that is now a pressure plate. So whenever you stand on that pressure plate, basically what's going to happen is this little circular thing is going to start spinning around, and these lasers are going to start to shoot. So any, like, pad that looks like these in this room are going to fire a laser down at this point. So if we look around the room just a little bit, you can see that there's one up here. You can see that there is one here. You can also see that there's one here. And you can see that there is one here. And maybe one over here. So there's a lot of those things firing lasers. And basically what you have to do is you have to get a player, so any player, to stand on that point for an extended amount of time. Not too sure how long it is exactly, but they have to stand on that panel, and they're not allowed to leave it, and they're not allowed to die on it. So your job as someone who is not standing on said panel is to block the lasers from shooting at that person, and you can do that by standing in front of these things here. So you're going to be standing here, and you're also going to be shooting at these things that are rotating around the player standing on this panel. What that does is it's going to deactivate those lasers. That way, if you have one player standing here, you have one player standing here, and then I forget where the other one is, so I think there's only 2 there. Yeah, there's only 2. Maybe there's one up top. Let's go ahead and check where the other ones may be. Okay, so you might be able to do this with like a total of 3 players. So, you know, as long as you have a player standing here, and then you have a player standing over at the other point, which I've lost at the minute, over here, I think. Yep, over here. Then you should be able to complete this. So you need a minimum of 3 players to do this, as far as I know. Haven't tried it with 2. But yeah, so another thing you can do is this here thing over here is going to shoot lasers down at that player as well. So you want to shoot this chandelier, and this is going to fall down. So you don't want to shoot the glass bit. It's going to fall down, and it's going to block that laser from damaging the player. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So if I were to show you guys activating the thing, let's stand on top of it. It's gonna go up, and then it's gonna go round, and all these lasers are gonna start shooting at me, and I don't want to die, so you want to get off it. If you don't stand on that, then obviously the thing's gonna quit, but you want to be shooting at the, you know, obviously you want to have the guy standing on the panel, and this shield goes down, so you can shoot the things in the back, and then, you know, they'll turn off and do their thing. I don't know if we can, like, shoot these ones. Yeah, so you see what I mean? They turn off, and then they'll activate eventually again. So if it's going to turn on, there you go. So yeah, and then you stand in front of this and it blocks this laser. So yeah, you kind of get what I mean with that. Hopefully that was explained pretty well, and there's a lot more. So there's 7 more of those, or no, 6 more of those. It's called the 7 principles. So you got 6 more to find and 6 more to explain, I guess. So let's go ahead and find them, I guess. Yeah, I might have to make like a completely separate video for this, because I'd have to be like sitting here and basically running through the tile set like 50 odd times to sort of get every single tile set to show up, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's kind of a grind. It used to be like a guaranteed spawn for these rooms, but it's no longer like that. You have to keep on replaying the mission and sort of like figure out which room is the puzzle room and do your stuff. So if you want to do a Google search, the 7 principles of Warframe, and look for a guide. I'm pretty sure Tactical Potato has a video created by one of his community members called Philemon. He has a pretty good guide on that on Tactical Potato's channel. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, it goes into detail of every single 7 principle. I know it's kind of hard to sort of understand. I will make a video explaining all of it as well, but in the meantime, just go ahead and check out Philemon's video on Tactical Potato's channel covering the 7 principles of Warframe. And then yeah, but if I have one created, obviously whenever I start talking about doing this, I will have a card and annotation on screen linking you guys to the guide for all of the things. So yeah, so you want to be doing these and stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much that. So you want to keep on going and finding those rooms, I guess. And then yeah, I mean, there's nothing else that I can really like do in this video, otherwise this will turn into another really long video showing you guys those rooms over and over and over. You kind of just have to keep on replaying the mission, and if I were to do that there, then I'd be sitting here for hours trying to, you know, obviously show you guys that, because there is a chance that you can also feel the thing, right? If you got what I mean, there's a chance that you can feel the principle, and then you have to restart the thing all over again. So if we go back to Pluto and we take a look at the other junction requirements that we have to do. So we have to defeat Vayhek. You can kill 10 sentients just by playing on any of those tile sets. Collect 3 mods from the Orkin principal room. So you really only have to do 3 of those rooms. So if you find the 3 solo ones, there's one where you have to like stand in front of things and it like saps your energy. Another one is like an organ room, and then there's another one which is a speech horse. There may be easier ones, please don't quote me on it, but yeah, obviously if you have a group of friends, it'll be a lot easier. So I recommend joining the clan. I'll have an annotation on screen showing you guys how to join my clan, and then if you want, we can run through those 7 principles together, and then craft a weapon requiring master rank 5. Very simple. So let's move on to the Eris junction. Find and defeat Lephantis in the Derelict. Open 3 Neo Void Relics and complete 15 waves of defense on Stoffler on Luya in a single mission. So basically, I will be showing you guys the Lephantis boss fight in this video, as well as, well, I'm not going to show you the defense, but basically Stoffler is over here, so you want to play this, and then you want to play this, and then you want to play this. So complete 15 waves here. It's a pretty cool tile set. There's like a lot of animations and stuff during the defense. It's pretty cool. And then open 3 Neo Void Relics. So if you go to Hierarchon, you'll be able to farm up Neo Relics really easy. Go up here, choose Neo, so right here, and play 3 of those missions, or use 3 of those relics and complete that mission. And then what we want to be doing is we want to be heading to Orkin Derelict Assassinate. So do that there, obviously the same way that you did the Orkin Derelict Exterminate for the Corrupted Vaults. You want to be going up here. type in Orokin Derelict, and then you want to look for the Assassination Blueprint. So, do I have it? I think I already have it. Assassination is the first one. I'm a little bit blind. And you want to go down here and then obviously craft one with the stuff that you need to craft one. So you need 5 Lephantis nav coordinates, 4,000 nanospores, 1,000 salvage, and 100 credits. So it takes an hour. I'm just going to rush this with platinum because why not? Purpose of demonstration. Let's go ahead. Kill Lephantis. I'm going to ask anyone want to taxi to Lephantis? Get Necros parts. So obviously I'm just gonna carry a clan member if they want to join. But Lephantis is basically a big infested boss. He has 2 stages, really simple boss. Yes, they can. Yeah, he's a really simple boss. He's got 3 heads. You just have to destroy those heads. Really easy, really squishy boss. I guess I can bring. I'll bring the Taunt Core because you know it's your most damaging weapon. So let's go. Taunt Core, Taunt Core, Taunt Core. Here we go. And then I want to keep my Vayhek Merlock on because it's pretty cool. I guess no one wants a taxi. I'm not going to wait around for these guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the mission. Like so. I hate the way that there's a timer in solo. I wish you just press it and then it starts up instantly, but oh well. So, yeah. Hopefully it loads pretty fast. I hope you guys enjoyed the googly eyes in the last episode. I sure did. The googly eyes were pretty awesome. So, let's go for here. It's basically the same tile set, and there's a Orokin Derelict, Exterminate, and then there's a boss room at the end of the tunnel, if you got what I mean. So, again, use Nova. Nova is probably one of the best frames for this. This is the boss room. Very simple. Skip this, press 4, wait for the heads to pop up, one-shot them one by one. Really simplistic. So here's the first head. This is one that shoots. Wait for it to open its mouth, and whenever it opens its mouth, I'm going to shoot it like so. And I am using radiation, so this is going to take a little longer than I would like it to. But that's the first one dead, and it will drop mods, neural sensors, not neural sensors, what are they called? Orokin cells and neurodes and mods and all that cool stuff. But you want to be modding for corrosive coming into this fight. I think I have radiation on, so it's going to take a little longer. But, you know, still dropping them pretty fast as long as you have your immune damage mods on. Doing your thing, you know what I mean? Shoot his mouth. Or you can shoot this thing in his chest. Not too sure if one does more damage than the other. But, really simplistic boss. There's a Neurode. There's another Neurode. And then the floor is gonna crack whenever it decides to. Please. Game. So there you go, skip the cinematic, jump his face, roll over here, and then you can kind of just do the exact same thing, shooting him like so, if you get what I mean. You get the Lephantis thing in the right hand corner of your screen. And just keep on killing him. Not a hard boss at all. I think that's his first head dead. I have very low Taunt Core ammo right now. So I'm probably going to have to swap to my Marlock. Marlock's pretty good. Obviously you can kill the infested around here to ease off on the amount of ammo that you consume. He starts speeding up again. Let's make sure to, you know, M-prime him. Shoot him in the face. Shoot this guy. Keep on shooting him in the face. And then you're done. Really easy. This will open up, and then you're done. And you'll get Necros parts for completing this. Necros is a farming frame yet again, and I've glitched the game. Sweet, never mind. No, I haven't. I just went up too far. So you can jump down here and, like... Oh, they fixed that. There used to be, like, an invisible floor there, which you could walk on, but... Obviously, they fixed it. So, in theory, then... I should be able to do that. Yeah, there we go. You see that? That's pretty dank. Oh my god. Okay, so just continue on. Go to exit. Get your Necros parts. If you want to farm Necros, you're going to have to do this over and over and over again. Necros was like one of the biggest pains in the ass frames to farm back in the day. And I'll just buying them with plat. I've never actually farmed Necros legitly. It wasn't worth the time or effort or credits, at least in my opinion. So I just, you know, sold prime parts and bought them with a platinum. But other than that, that is pretty much it for this. And you'll get the quest known as Patient Zero. So if you go ahead and move over here, you get the Patient Zero quest, and that's going to allow you to unlock Mesa. Mesa is a very cool ass frame. And then you have access to Ares, which is an infested planet. You can play around on this. I don't necessarily like this planet too much and barely ever here. But you have Akid here, which is the fastest way to level up your Warframe. So you want to go ahead and progress to Akid. Bring your Taunt Core, bring any frame that you haven't leveled up to level 30, and just kind of like go here, and there's like a little platform you can stand up on, shoot down at the pod with your Taunt Core, and any infested that go around it will die, and then you get a shit ton of XP. So if you like were to go in, maybe 2 runs of Akid will get your Warframe to level 30 if you have a XP booster. And then, same we've completed this, implying you've completed this, you'll get access to the War of In quest, which is the next quest, which we'll be playing next episode. And yeah, you get access to Sedna, which is where I level some of my weapons if I don't want to do Akid, because there's a spy mission somewhere here which you can play, and I like spy missions because spy missions, if you know what I mean. Maybe they removed it. I have no idea. Where's that spy mission at? Yeah, they've actually took away my spy mission. Feels bad, man. Yeah, they replaced it with a bunch of arenas and stuff. I'm gonna cry. So, yeah, bye-bye spy missions, I guess. Feels bad, man. I want my spy missions back, unless this is a spy. Oh, this is it. So there you go. Kappa. You want to go to Kappa? Can I have a Kappa in the comment section, please? But yeah, that is pretty much it. I mean, if you've got this far in the guide, you're kind of just watching because, you know, you're watching Warframe, I guess, or you're watching me, so it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So make sure to always invest in your focus and get that energy overflow going and all that cool stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode, I guess, because there's nothing much I can really show you now, saying that we've done everything in this episode. Now, that one went by really fast for some reason. I'm used to recording like 50-minute episodes. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.